What's up? Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Kingdom Hearts 3.
I think so. I think this is the third one. Is it the third rendition?
Yeah, it's the third one. Dude, I know,
that's
right?
pretty neat. Why are you back in the menus? You literally spent 20 minutes on the menu.
I mean, like...
And I was just, like, spitting everywhere. You know, can you be done already? I'm so done with your Arturo-ness.
Oh, yeah. So now Evan gave me the reins back, so now Daddy's got the controls.
Ooh,
and we're gonna go...
Pretty nasty.
We're gonna go do some things. So we're about to beat the game pretty much. Or beat this level, and we might actually beat it.
We might. Possibly.
Pretty quick here. Can I just hit the forward?
Can you know? That's the real question.
How do you make it fast?
How do you even set sail?
Oh, I see. You remember?
They just appear in the mist. You can see for miles, but no, you don't see the ships until like 20 feet.
3 seconds from you.
What is this magic?
Just Hadouken.
What is this? Can you even green arrow? You know?
Everyone can green arrow. Here we go. We're getting to the spot.
Speaking of green things, have you I don't know. How recently have you seen Green Lantern? Because I remember seeing
the Ryan Reynolds movie.
Yes.
I mean, like, I used to own it, and I understand why, like, it's bashed on, but it's not a great movie. But
it's not a great movie.
It's like an in between one where, like, it could have gone way worse than it did.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought too. Like, it was just one of those movies that was made way back when.
Yeah.
But
but definitely not the caliber of.
It wasn't as bad as it. Yeah.
Well, do you know the Dark Knight theory that people kind of talk about, where it's like, because the Dark Knight was made, it puts every other movie that's like, you know, it's now being compared to that movie. You know, is it as good as Dark Knight? You know,
exactly.
So that's a theory that came around about that time, where every action movie, every superhero movie that was like being made was always getting compared to Dark Knight, even though there's nothing wrong with it. You know, Green Lantern is like, it's an okay movie. It's not a good or great movie.
But there was something that was put on a pedestal, and everybody else was like, oh, it's not as good.
I mean, Dark Knight, though, rightfully is one of the best comic book movies of all time.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, at the era, you know, like right now, I bet, like, for this summer, after Endgame comes out,
be Endgame.
Everything else will be compared to Endgame and the whole entire Avengers series.
Exactly. Where now it's like, okay, should we even, like, do
it's just like whatever's relevant at the time.
Exactly.
And
we're an NPC. We cannot fight. This isn't supposed to happen.
You know those like NPC moments that we were talking about like way back in other series or whatever? I love the fact that NPCs won't talk to you unless you're in like a main storyline.
Yeah.
You know, so like you have to go talk to NPCs or make an interaction. Even like Pokemon, you know, for instance, unless you like walk in their direct pathway, they won't like walk to you unless it's like Gary.
Right.
Except in my instance, you name him
Blorpers. Is that what we called him? I thought we called him Nibka.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we called him Nibka.
I remember, like, from my other playthroughs, like, a Fire Red that I had, I just name him, like, random things. Like, Blorple. I remember. Just using B's and P's.
Yes.
It was, like, the most fun thing to say.
Yes. I love it. I love it. Can I do a full 180?
How do you... Mixing the Magic World with pirates is weird.
It's awesome, dude. It's cool.
It's cool, bro.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Like,
It's weird to see, like, the green shots just go just straight up from the side of the ship.
Just Hadoukens. So have you...
We should have died by now.
Have you ever seen
Pirates in Life? Yes, I have.
What the fuck? No.
Dude,
any animated movies at all?
I've been locked away in the basement.
God, they're the worst.
Any animated
movies? Yeah.
I've seen Spirited Away, I think. Like, one of the most, like, overseen things, but...
Overused things. I mean, like, I think... I'm almost in the same feeling as you. Is like, I think Spirited Away is an awesome movie, but like, there's other things.
There's this one dude that I met, like, a while ago. I think I mentioned to you. John, he had, like, a bunch of movies I should have talked to him about. Like, they were just all anime stuff.
Yeah.
And he seemed to, like, know his stuff, because he had, like, crazy, like titles that nobody would have probably known about.
Yeah, exactly. That's that's kind of how the way that I feel about like anime and music, because I've seen you know, like, I've ran Anime Club for 6+ years, or like in the time.
And after like you get developed, or like invested into a certain thing.
You create a library, essentially.
Right.
And I created
you get
a
like more
huge
knowledge off of it. Like that's why, you know, time and experience is like always highly regarded, you know. The more years you have of service, quote unquote, you know, the more you're valued, the more of opinion you stand out.
Yeah. Which I don't doubt. Like, if I ever met this Mr. Johnny dude, we'd have a
Mr. Johnny.
we'd have an intellect conversation. Yeah.
You want to meet my buddy pillow wife?
So like, it's hard to relate to people that in my thing, because it's like I can't find people that actually listen to music, actually watch movies, or actually like, you know, watch anything else that's not, you know, any other types of anime besides what's going on today. It's like where people, you know, it's hard to relate to someone that knows the stigma and knows what's good and knows what's bad and just kind of move from there. It's kind of hard to find those people. As I like me and my ex-girlfriend, I forgot what we called her, Noodles, I think. I don't remember his
hamburger.
Hamburger probably. Where she was from Anime Club, and me and her got along so well because we both loved anime. She loved her own stuff and I loved my own stuff, but and we got along because like we had a lot of things in common because of that. But anime was the thing that brought us together in the first place. It's kind of funny, like I left a legacy.
Yeah,
she came from it. It's kind of cool.
Left the baby.
Left the babies.
Nice.
You left the babies? I left the babies.
Yeah, and also like kind of off the same topic of when people idolize something, they become blind to everything else.
Yeah, exactly. That's that's kind of my whole thing with I don't know, with what's called, what was like we called that one girl something the Lewinsky scandal. The Lewinsky. You know,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
God, what was the name we gave her? It wasn't hamburger. It was like cheese or something.
What are you talking
about? She wasn't a girlfriend. It was the one that the religious.
I'll bleep it out. Just tell me.
The religious one.
Oh,
yeah.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, spaghetti. God.
I was like,
for the love of all.
We're trying to like not use bloopers.
I just want to go through all the trouble in case we forget. But no, like, so she wasn't blinded by like her religion, but it's just kind of like she wasn't open to any other topics of conversation other than the one that.
And I think that like, even if you still maintain your beliefs after the conversation, it's good to like test your beliefs too.
How did I lose?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Well,
like having at least. You can know that you have solid reasoning. It's not just because.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's something I want to make eventually a YouTube video about that, of like what it means to be in a religion, what it means to be tested and all that stuff. Like I want to tackle down like in a vlog, you know, like certain issues that people are too afraid to talk about. But I think it's important that, you know, someone asks these questions, because we live in an age now where we don't know where the world's going, but we need to understand what we're doing today to understand tomorrow.
Right, and there was even I had a book that we had to read for class, The Martian Chronicles, and although I hate reading books, but actually you would actually really like it, even though the elements of philosophical elements were really subtle. But it gave me so much thought. Like after I finished the book, I just like sat there for like a half an hour just thinking.
Yeah.
Like it was one of the most thought-provoking books I've read. Yeah, like, I don't read books,
like that's,
you know.
Yeah.
But anyways,
one of the most ones you've read so far.
Yes. Because I don't really. I listened to the audiobook. But anyways, back to the main point I was saying.
Yeah.
I had class today, and we talked about the developments of the Martians and their philosophies versus like human philosophies, and the fact that, you know, they just value life because, or the meaning of life is to live life. Yeah. Unlike Americans or whatever, we always have some goal that we're trying to achieve. So they became simplified and were able to just exist with happiness. But then also there was the point that was brought up of like religion and type things.
Yeah.
How our
and an alien life, right?
Oh no, just like in American, using Darwinism.
Yeah.
How science and religion became separated. Like once Darwin, like whatever, brought up the idea of evolution that created a barrier, it like started separating the two columns, you know?
Yeah.
Of like, oh, you can't have religion and have evolution at the same time because this says so, whatever, and that created a barrier and an imbalance
Right.
in things, and I completely forget the point of what I was saying.
No, yeah, just like how interesting that book made you think.
But yeah, also just the fact that people can be so parted and like you're not even open to thinking of other possibilities. I think that's what I was trying to get behind. Even if you stand behind your beliefs of like whatever religion it may be, just to consider like these ideas and why is like, no, this is what I believe and here's the reasons why. Like
rather than this is what I believe, so shut up.
For like instance, like I don't believe that evolution is or something. Is correct because my religion. And quote unquote saying other things to back up your hypothesis. Just keeping an open mind of like, understanding why things happen, and the world just develops on its own. There will be constant growth and getting through things. And I think that's just a fascinating subject.
Oh no, it's huge, man. It's awesome. No, but yes, one of my biggest things. This is the reason why I watch movies, because like, movies is a way for us to understand other people's lives and mediums and put yourselves in other situations and think about like, okay, what would you do if you were in that situation, or why would someone go through so much, what's it called? Through so much effort to accomplish this one goal. Like, what is the point of it? And I'm a thinker. I'm an avid thinker of all these things, and I'm actually one of the very few people that actually think outside their own norms.
What if I were to become osteoporosis?
But yeah, it's kind of like that's the reason why I love movies and anime and media, because anime is one of the very few first things that like introduced me to like
concepts that are so out of the box,
bigger things that you could ever understand, and it's awesome. Like Ghost in the Shell is like a pretty awesome concept as well, and I can go on and on of like which animes influenced me and what did what, and
I would still like to
make another vlog about that later.
I would personally like to devote more time to like watching like either animes or movies, but like have more reflection, because I used to watch like a lot of comedies, and honestly after a point like I stopped watching movies because my time felt pointless. Like I was entertained, but it's like going nowhere. But after like seeing the movie About Time or whatever, I still enjoyed watching a movie because it was just the pure entertainment of it.
Oh, that's the one I let you borrow.
And you get to think, it's the thought-provoking afterwards. It's like, wow, you can reflect on your life and to have a takeaway. It's not just like, ha 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 ha, funny, Green Man bad, whatever,
Where the About Time was like, the main thing about time is like, it doesn't matter if you can time travel forward or backwards. The main thing is learn how to enjoy life and live as if you've already time traveled.
And there was like this
an awesome moment,
really in-depth like message. There was true meaning behind the movie. It wasn't just.
Well, those are the kind of movies that I watch, though. It's like, and that's why like when I go to watch movies, like I only buy the movies. Fun fact: I only buy the movies that. When I go to the movies, like it pulls me out of the movie, or it pulls me out of like for me watching a movie to me experiencing a movie. Those are the movies that I buy. Like Warrior is a movie that like probably not a lot of people have seen with Edgar. No, what's his name? I totally forgot It's got Tom Hardy in it, and it's got Edgar something like that.
Allan Poe.
Something like
the
that.
poet.
Yeah,
of the 18th century.
Some guy. But that's a good movie about like two brothers that have like diverged from when they were younger to when they meet up like years later when they're older. The different lives that they've led and the parallels between their lives, and when they meet to fight in an MMA fight, one's conviction that he's totally right on his thing, and the other guy is like totally right on his thing. They're put against each other to fight in a ring, and it's really good message. But there's like I own thousands of movies. I own thousands of CDs, like of things, because there are things that have impacted me, and those are memories that I want to relive. As in, like when I'm watching the movie, like why did I feel this way? What about the movie made me question things, philosophies? My top 5 favorite movies. We can go over that some other time, because I think I've mentioned it slightly on the show. But like Inception is one of my top all favorite movies of all time. Wolf of Wall Street. What's it called? The Prestige, with Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman. Like those are my top 3 ones. I don't know if I said top 3 or top 4, but like, and then About Time being another one, and like like all those movies like that are my favorite movies are the ones that taught me more about life than I've ever imagined.
Right, yeah, no, of course.
Amadeus.
And then also, like, even music, like, I've never enjoyed, people have, and even my cousins have tried, like, showing me and playing, like, music. Now, I just listen to, like, VeggieTales, like, on rare occasion, just, like,
Yeah.
like, once every 5 years, I'll listen to a song just because for the heck of
Well, it's nostalgia.
But, like, comedy music, I do not enjoy it, like, whatsoever. Like, when they sing about hamburgers or whatever, it's just, I don't even know who the artists are, but people try to show me this stuff, and I'm like, no,
like Bo Burnham. It's like, like I get it. It's hilarious in comedy standpoint. Like when you're watching the show, but for Bo Burnham, it's like a comedy, and he does the singings and stuff.
Yeah, if like you're singing about cheeseburgers, it's like, bro,
it's hilarious, but like I don't want to listen to it actively. You know?
Yeah, it's like why? It's like a meme. It's not supposed to be whatever. I enjoy music that's like meaningful or like has a message behind it that's really hidden.
Well, all the music that I like that speaks to my own persona. Like all the music that I've collected is music that doesn't feel like it's music. It's an experience.
Right.
So that's why like I hate pop music for that reason. Like if you guys love pop music, I'm not saying anything, you guys can love what you love, but with a passion, I hate pop music because it's just there's nothing unique about it. To be quite frank.
But then even games, I love. So I've played probably more games than you have.
No, that's not
in my thing. I've had thousands of games.
No, there's not
in my
possible.
laboratory.
No.
But I've had such an assortment that I'm able to like play within the first 10 minutes. I know exactly what the game is.
Yeah.
And just knowing the message, like, no, I'm not going to enjoy this. Why would I continue playing further? So like, there's several games that like, or almost 95% of all games I will never finish because I know that I won't care about it enough to finish. Like I can, if I wanted to persevere and just like finish it, I could. But is that really how I'm going to value my time?
I mean, like. You never know, like, that's why, like, I look at reviews, to kind of see, like, what you're in for, and is the payoff even good? Is it worth playing? Is it worth seeing, That's why I look at reviews, and I just kind of look at them to see, like, okay, is this even worth playing? I bought Kingdom Hearts 3, this game, because it's a continuation of where I was in high school, where I was in life, playing Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, where these games inspired me to, like, love anime and to love more things, like... he's wearing the Pokemon Go necklace. If it pans back to Will, you'll see he's wearing the Pokemon Go necklace. But like my whole thing is like, I played. See, do you see it? I played like a million. I don't know. Like I said, I've owned every single console that you could ever imagine, except for like one or two. But every Pokemon game I've owned. Every Kingdom Hearts game, obviously, I've owned. Every Halo game I've owned. Every everything, and all of those games I've beaten. That's the thing, is like I've actually beaten those games. Even if some of them like I regret even doing it because like it's just part of the trend. Like Pokemon Diamond is like when me and my girlfriend got it. We just got it just because Pokemon Omega Ruby Sapphire. Like she got the old one, she got one, and I got the other version, and we just played those games just because But like even though we beat them, it's just kind of like. I've already seen the story a million times.
Right.
I've played every other, like, I don't know, like, back in the day from Game Boy Color, dude, like, Bionicles, all the Bionicle games that were on there, because that was a huge thing. Pretty much Pokemon, I've owned Pokemon Yellow, Red, and being just, like, they're both almost the exact same version, but, like, I beat those to completion.
Right.
But, like, out of all those times that I've beaten those games... I didn't start to see a formula of like, oh, this is what's going to happen. It's more of like, what's going to kill the time for me where I have nothing to do, and what would I enjoy to do at that time? Mm-hmm. That's the game that I chose to do. When I was a kid, or more of like a preteen, I guess, I started doing a lot of Pokemon Emerald, because that was like the pinnacle of Sapphire and Ruby,
Right.
That was the game that I started to do more and more and more of on my Game Boy Color, and that was immensely crazy. Just like, I really want to play that game because like I know that game to its core, all the good secrets and stuff. But that was a game with like all the kids were playing, and while everyone was playing soccer and stuff, what's what I would have loved to do, I was too busy playing games to be. I was so antisocial as a kid. Very antisocial because like I always wanted to play games. So all I did was I sat home and I played all these games. Like even my N64, beat Star Fox 1,000 times, beat Mario 1,000 times, Mario 64, Paper Mario, God, even a billion more times than that. But like I've owned so many games and I've beaten all of these games, like all the major hitter games. I've beaten and I've played them. I played them and I beat them. That have come out on every single console. Even Spyro, Jack and Dexter, 1, 2, and 3. You know, like all of these games, like I played and I beat them. For the fact of like I just, you know, this is what I wanted to do at the time, and it's such a mindless thing to even think about. Mm-hmm. But it was just a way for me to kill time. But it made me very antisocial as a kid, where it's like,
that's funny.
Yeah, I had to take time away from that to like when I started like getting more in society. I started playing less and less games. Where like when I was going to college, when I first started going to college, all I was doing is just playing Kingdom Hearts and Devil May Cry. Like I did Devil May Cry 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is 4 is what's downloaded on my PS4 right now. That's all I would do is just go to school, go home, play Devil May Cry 4. We're fighting a Kraken right now.
He's just like, bleh, bleh,
yeah.
bleh, bleh.
Bruh, I'm the Kraken. Bruh.
Hey, Steve. Hey, what's going on, dude?
Yeah.
Saw, dude.
But yeah, dude. I don't know. I've played a lot of games in my life where it's like now all I want to do is like I only play the games that I want to play. Like the last, I don't know. I've beaten Bloodborne like 1,000 times, and I was very close to beating Dark Souls 3. Mm-hmm. I sold it to get this game, by the way. I was really close to getting it, and I still have the save file on my PS4. So whenever I just get the disc again, you know.
So like you could still finish it. If
yeah. Well, actually, what's funny is that the reason why I switched consoles between PS4 and Xbox One is because all you need for your Xbox One is your account and the game. So when I switched when I was in Cato, I had a PS4 when I moved there, but I switched it to get an Xbox One to get Halo 5 and Witcher, right? So when I finally beat Witcher, I beat Witcher 3 and Witcher 2.
Yeah.
Not in that order, but I beat Witcher 2 first, and then I beat Witcher 3. When I finally beat them, I'm like, okay, now what? And then on my PS4, I'm like, wait a second. There's this game that I want to play, and it's only on PS4. So I'm like, why not just, get the PS4 back? So when I did that, the main story of why I switched is because like there's only exclusive games on PS4 than an Xbox. So I went back and back, dude. I do that all the time because I'm not attached to things. I'm more of like in the moment kind of thing, like I want to play this game in this moment. How do I do that? Just trade the PS4 for an Xbox One. Mm-hmm. We're in Cato. It's funny because like literally all you need, like right now, if I wanted to, I can sell my PS4, get an Xbox One, and have the same log into my Xbox One account. And then I have all of my previous save data on the cloud that was on my Xbox One. So right. I can literally pick up where I was on Witcher 3 right now if I got this, if I got the game.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane to think about that. I could just do that now, which is it's awesome. Come on, stupid claw thing. I almost died there.
Steve!
Yeah. No, dude, but we were like, I don't know. Regardless of all that, like the reason I only own so many games or own so many movies or only play so many games because like I'm only there for the experience, for games, I guess, more specifically. By the way, this is one of my favorite scenes in the Pirates movie. Is when Jack Sparrow is fighting Davy Jones, and they're just like up on the ship on the rails and just like going crazy and stuff. Like, I think this is one of the things that it did right for Pirates movies for this one, but it lacks in what's going on outside of this. Because if you know, all the pirates are outside. And all the Navy is outside while this main war is being taken front here.
Yeah.
And there's nothing more that happens outside that I would have loved to see them like one ship like fuck this, I'm just gonna go and like attack them, and then like you start having like outside pirate wars, and then you have
just breathes on them.
Yeah.
Nice. The funny thing is, I actually have that locker. I have the little,
the little pendant.
No, the locker that he's holding as like a toy. The Davy Jones locker, yeah. That's the chest. The chest is the locker.
No way.
I have that.
You have to show me that. It's crazy. Dude, is it like
It's like one of those McDonald's toys, but.
Oh yeah. It's like a spring-oriented one where like you twist it and then like a little Davy Jones pops out.
No, you twist it and you can open it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So this is something interesting here, where if you've noticed, we haven't fought the villain in all the other worlds. This is the main villain of this game, where Rapunzel, we fought like the heartless version of the girl. Oh crap. Our time
extended episode.
Extended. I mean, like if you want,
What's good?
because it's gonna take a while to beat this dude.
Fam, it'll be good.
Essentially, in all the other Kingdom Hearts worlds for this game, this is the first time where you're actually fighting the boss of the main bad guy of the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where it's not a heartless version of him. So I think that's kind of interesting, where you're actually fighting Davy Jones, and I think that's when I first played this game. I didn't like take notice of that, but then I played it the second time, and I'm like, holy.
This is the second time, dude.
Yeah.
This is the second time.
I mean, this is like about the second time, yeah. But this is like awesome. It's just cool. They're like, holy crap, dude! Like it's Dave Jones. It's Dave Jones. It's cool. Look, never fear. Check this out. You never fear. Do you fear?
Yeah.
I don't fear.
Nope.
If you.
The funny thing is. Oh no, I was gonna say like multiple things about just like making a joke about you fear, but I like how they were just spinning around. It looks like they're dancing. Like,
pretty much, yeah.
And whatever. I forgot to tell you that I asked the girl out, that one chick I was telling you.
Oh my god! Why did you only mention this out today?
Because it happened like on
Today, right?
on Monday. Wait,
Today's Tuesday.
yeah, it happened yesterday. It
Okay.
happened yesterday.
Well, forget everything that we were talking about. Why did you wait until now? God, I hate you.
Just like forgot.
This is the most relevant thing that's ever happened to us. You're becoming a man again. Okay, what happened? What happened?
I guess. Okay, so I waited all spring break, and that I was dying to talk to this girl.
Yes.
And so finally Monday rolled around, and I was like, I had my stuff ready to go. Like after my 9:40
Pen,
class,
paper.
I was ready to like run out the door.
Sketchy hoodie up, little peep, ready to go.
No, I actually had like a nice flannel on.
God. Okay.
Anyways, I run out the door and I like find my friend like Matt in the main area, and so then I was like, oh hey, what's going on? And we're sitting at the table, and I wait because her class I think is like around that time when I get out of class, so expecting her to like possibly walk by because I don't like really know wherever. Anyways, so I wait there for like an hour, but like she doesn't show up.
Yeah.
So then I have other things like that I gotta do. I gotta get to talk to my advisor at the time to like lift my hold so I can register for classes.
Yep.
And then also like I needed to get lunch and I was starving and I was gonna pass out.
Yeah.
And then finally I thought to myself, well, if her class ends around like noonish or whatever, I can be back at the table and maybe she'll walk by.
Yeah.
And the annoying thing was that I don't even know what club it was or like
What were they doing?
PETA. I don't know. they took instead of taking up the nest, they took up the other area.
Yeah,
like
the side
right where,
perch. Yeah.
Right where my tables were. It's like no. There was one table like kind of next to it, but they took up all the room and they had like poster boards that were like covering up the area, so there was like only this small little window.
Yeah.
Little window of like there to there that I'd be able to see her if she walked by or if she saw me. And so. And then all these pretentious people kept talking to me, and it was so annoying.
Yeah.
So like, I guess I can't really mention names, but anyways, like a bunch of people, like 5 or 6, like would periodically like not leave me alone.
Yeah.
But like I didn't want to move because I would miss it, and I was so lucky that only one person was sitting with me at the time, and I was playing my guitar, and I didn't even realize because they were talking to me and distracting me.
Yeah.
And she walks by, like I catch it, like
Brief,
the very second. Like I was lucky to catch her, because I just like I saw her like hair and I could just like recognize that.
Yeah.
And I
smell your stench.
Yeah. And then basically I set my guitar down and I was like, bro, excuse me, and then I just like run off. But I had to like run around stuff because like they had things everywhere.
Yeah.
So I like set my guitar down. I like went around the tables and stuff, and then I like sprinted after her.
Yeah.
To like chase her down because she was already like almost at the other
dude,
end.
this takes me back from when I was doing that.
And then I was like, "Hey, so and so," and then she turns around and was like, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" And then I asked her like how her class was and other things like that, just like small chit chat. And then basically after like, I don't know, 20 seconds, I'm like, well, hey, if you want to get coffee sometime or whatever, or just basically ask her if she wants to get coffee.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, sure. I was like, well, cool. Let me get your number or whatever. And she's like, well, I don't have a phone, but you can have my.
She's one of those people.
you could have my Instagram or whatever, and you can message you there.
No, do you know what that? Oh no, no.
Okay, so then there's a little bit, just only one more segment.
Yeah.
We go our separate ways. That kind of made my day. But then
bullshit.
Like an hour or two later, when I was in class, I messaged her and was like, "Hey, what time?" Something to the effect of like, "What days work for you?"
Yeah.
If you wanted to meet up. And then like later, like hours later, like around 10 or something that night, she messaged me like, "Well, let me check my schedule." And it's been like a full day, and I still haven't heard since. But yeah.
And you still haven't heard back?
No.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Forget this chick. I'm not kidding. Like, it's gonna suck, and I guarantee you, it's not what you want to hear. And this is not already just becoming talking out of his butt because he wants to keep you in his life forever.
Probably.
You have to leave this chick for the fact of this. She pulled out her phone, right? She has a physical phone.
I don't think she didn't have. She said she had like an iPod.
I may still have a lot to learn about.
So she reminded me of Spaghetti, who like didn't have like a working.
Well, here's how this works, right?
So you're just like
I've been raised because I've been there. Here's how this works. First of all, when do you have class with her? Do you have class with her?
No, I don't have class with her.
This is just from before you had class?
No, this is just like she occasionally walks by.
Oh, and this is the chick where it's like you would be walking and then she would say something and you'd be like, "Huh, I'm alive. What?"
Yeah, pretty much.
Is that
like
the
in
one?
my head, yeah.
That's the one, right?
Yeah.
And then you finally were like, "Okay, I saw her. Perfect. Boom." Okay, so here's how this. If we play out the facts, she doesn't have a phone. She only has Instagram. That means that she would only be able to contact you whenever she has Wi-Fi.
Possibly, yeah.
Can you imagine the fucking headache you're gonna get when it's like, "Hey, let's go coffee tomorrow." Sure, okay, what time? 4? Okay, awesome. The next day happens. I'm on my way. Dead silence. Dead silence. You get there. 50% chance she's there, 50% chance she's not, which most likely she's probably not. It's not your fault or anything like that. It's more the fact that of like someone that does not have technology, which is one of our biggest communications of the time. It's hard to trust someone on their word nowadays, rather than someone like continuous promise. Because like if you have a phone, you can just call up like, "Hey, I'll meet you here." Do the same thing with Instagram. "Hey, I'll see you here." But then the day comes, and what if nothing ever happens? You get there and then you start to realize who the person really is. But all I could say is this: ask her out whenever she gets back to you. Which if she does, yeah. If she doesn't, whatever. But even so, it's kind of hard to be in a relationship with someone who you can't really talk to or communicate with.
Yeah.
If you barely see them, nor if you can barely talk to them. It's just borderline insanity. Yeah. You're chasing. It's almost like chasing a fox. It's kind of like you want to. You can like grab it. You can almost get to it, and you can see it for like a second, but then it's gone because it's faster than you, and it knows more than you. And it
but
can
at least
survive on its own.
At least I know for myself that like, hey, at least I did something.
Oh no, I give you all the. I'm buying a cake after this. For you.
No,
don't get me wrong.
I'm like,
you did something.
I'm gonna show you a photo after this.
I want to give you.
She's gorgeous, but
no,
But yeah, like otherwise I would have like regretted it. Like I never did this. Whereas like I can just be like, hey, it didn't work out. I can hopefully move on.
Well, yeah. Well, don't misunderstand. I'm glad that you did that because it makes it cracks the shell a little bit more of Evan Katz's shell, cracking out to be a little chicken. To a rooster.
Dude, I felt like a badass.
Yeah, which is like
in the moment I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get your number.
Yeah, exactly, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy that you did that.
I think it was more of like plucky because like there was that split instance where I was like, do I go after her? like of like when she walks by, it's like, do I go after her or do I just like be this shy little person? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I set down my guitar, like, screw off, I'm gonna be right back.
Steve, can you hold this?
So I was like, no, I don't even care. I'm leaving my backpack. I'm running after her.
Well, that's exactly why, like, just don't get me wrong. I'm glad that you did that. You keep the thing you should take away from this is that you can do that now and forever. You can just break the mold and just do that, and that's, eventually you're gonna get to someone that's gonna say yes, and that's all that matters. Because from there, it's easy to, like, how easy is it for, like, this chick to text you right now and be like, hey, what time do you, whatever. That's always everything. Every time I think about it, because like if someone wants to meet you, like we constantly say before, if they want to see you, they'll make a way to do that.
And one of my favorite phrases, although it's like a little bit more like later relationship, but if a person truly values you, they would never put themselves in a position to lose you.
Exactly.
That is like a motto I live by.
Yeah, that's like quintessential of everything.
Like things happen. Like sometimes you won't be able to like meet up with friends or things like that. But it's like the core message of like if it's happening, consistently, and they're like not giving effort, or if somebody doesn't really care about you, like just some other chick that we talked about other time, just like doesn't even care to message back or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't
like,
even.
Just forget about her. You know? Like if somebody really cared, they would like message you back or talk to you.
Yeah, and it's hard to realize that, but the main thing for this is I'm glad that you did that, but now you have to realize that even if you did that, just know that you can do that moving with any other chick, right? But this chick is probably a no-go. It's just, even no matter how hot she is, no matter whatever, it doesn't detract from the fact that, like, even if she does message you to go get coffee or something, it's probably not gonna go anywhere past that, because someone that's just too far off from technology or just from communication is almost impossible to reach unless they want to be reached. You know what I'm saying? Because quite frankly, I don't see why she can't just send you a message right now, or like get on her computer if she has a computer, go to anywhere. How does she even think about this? If she goes missing, how do they find her?
Yeah.
Who does she call? Don't say Ghostbusters. But that's what I'm saying. It's like, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's like, this girl, no matter how, unless she's this kind of girl though, where because she's hot, doors open. Kind of like, I don't know if you know
because
this kind of thing.
She's like so hot that she gets bombarded that she doesn't even like use her phone.
Well, she doesn't really need anything, and this is like the most ridiculous thing, and it's not like I'm just poking fun of the fact of like, what if she's just like walking around and it's like, I'm thirsty. I wish I had a water bottle. And then it's just like two guys just throw waters at her. Take it, And she's just like, oh, thanks. And then the guy just leave. It's like, oh, that was nice. Kind of like that. Like, I'm just oblivious. And she's like, oh, my car's out of gas. I don't know what I'm going to do now. And then there's just one guy that's just like in the back of her seat, just like, gas. And then like gets out of her car, fills up her gas tank, and then leaves.
He's like, here's my credit card, use it.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, thanks. Like those kind of, like, it's the most ridiculous thing, and I doubt it's that, but like, it's just going to be hard to communicate with someone who does not have, quite frankly, just does not have technology. I mean, what, does she write you a letter? Is this a chick?
Yeah.
My Beverly Hills! Wait, go back to Zoe Saldana. Who's that?
That's her.
No way! Oh!
Yeah.
It's got a phone! She's ditching you.
Wait.
Just ditch it.
No, it's like her iPod. Yeah, it's like it's the top clickers. It's an iPod.
Cool.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's instantly message.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
In any case, I'm glad that you did
But
that.
oh well.
Congratulations, guy. You're becoming...
It's too bad.
They text me back to all the times when I was just going out asking chicks, and the last time was with she who must not be named. I mean, like...
the meatballs.
No, I mean, like, it just did it to the chick. I don't even know what we'd call her.
Euro.
No, not Euro. It's the... From when we were just in the college one.
The more recent...
The most recent one that was like...
Pear?
Should we? I don't know. Like, maybe, how about like something exotic, because she's more exotic.
Dragon fruit.
I think I accidentally exited the game, so it didn't save any of our progress.
All right,
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next episode.